All right, let's dive into a tool that is seriously changing the game for anyone doing research. If you've ever felt like you're just drowning in a sea of academic papers, well, you're going to want to see this.
You know that feeling, right? Like you're stuck in a maze, just endlessly scrolling through databases, totally overwhelmed, and always worried that you've missed that one crucial paper. It's the classic research headache we've all had. I mean, the traditional way is, let's be honest, it's a slog. You're just guessing at keywords, trying to figure out the right jargon, then manually tracking down every single citation. And your desktop, it just becomes this absolute graveyard of randomly named PDFs. It's slow, it's messy, and it kind of kills the joy of discovery.
But what if you could flip that script? What if you could turn all that frustration into a focused, exciting process of discovery? Well, that is exactly the promise of ResearchRabbit. So this is it. The best way to get your head around it is to think of it as Spotify for research. You know how Spotify recommends new music based on what you already love? ResearchRabbit does the exact same thing, but for academic papers. It's like having a personal AI research assistant. And get this, it's completely free for researchers.
So how in the world does it actually work? Well, unlike your typical database that just relies on keywords you type in, ResearchRabbit is a citation-based tool. It taps into the web of connections that researchers have already made. It looks at who is citing whom, creating this massive, interconnected network of knowledge. It's pretty brilliant.
Okay, so let's get you started. We're going to build our very first map, and I think you'll be shocked at just how easy it is.
Seriously, it's just 2 steps. First, you create something called a new collection. Think of it as just a project folder. Then you add what it calls seed papers. These are just a handful of articles, maybe 1 to 5 that you already know are super relevant to your topic. That's it. Those seeds are all the tool needs to start working its magic. And the results are like immediate. Just listen to what this student said. The tool instantly starts finding new connections and suggesting other relevant work. You can see how this would save you an absolutely massive amount of time right from the get-go. Okay, so you've planted your seeds. Now for the fun part, exploring the incredible network that it builds for you. This is really where the magic happens. The tool generates this awesome visual map of all these papers, and the color coding couldn't be simpler. The green dots, those are the papers you already have in your collection. The blue dots, those are all the new discoveries it's found for you. You are literally looking at a map of your entire research field. And from any paper on this map, you have 3 powerful ways to explore. Click Similar Work, and it'll find other papers on related topics. Earlier work is like a time machine. It takes you backward to see the foundational papers that this one was built on. And later work, that's like jumping into the future to see everyone who has cited this paper since it was published. It's incredible. And check this out. You can visualize all this information in 2 different ways. The network view is perfect for seeing these clusters of related ideas, but you can also just toggle to a timeline view. This lays out all the papers by their publication date, so you can literally watch how a conversation in your field has evolved over the years. But ResearchRabbit is way more than just a discovery tool. It's really designed to plug into your whole workflow and supercharge it with some really cool integrations and collaboration features. Okay, for anyone who uses a reference manager like Zotero, this is a total game changer. You just connect your account one time, then as you're building your collection in ResearchRabbit, you just click one button, sync to Zotero, and boom, everything you found gets sent over perfectly organized. No more manual exporting and importing. It's also built for teamwork. You can share an entire collection with a lab mate or a collaborator just by sending them a link. You can leave notes for each other on specific papers. And my favorite feature, you can set up email alerts. The system will literally email you when a new relevant paper is published, so you're always on the cutting edge. So the research tool landscape is getting pretty crowded, right? With all these features, you might be wondering how ResearchRabbit really stacks up against some of the other players out there. Let's do a quick comparison. Here's a quick and dirty breakdown. A tool like Connected Papers is fantastic if you want to quickly explore out from just a single article. Litmaps is beautiful for visual learners, but it's a subscription service. ResearchRabbit's sweet spot is that it lets you build a truly exhaustive map from a whole collection of papers, and its biggest advantage is that it's powerful, comprehensive, and totally free. And that really is the big shift here. When you use a tool like this, you're not just a passive collector of PDFs anymore. You become an active architect of your own knowledge.
You're not just finding a few references, you're actually mapping the entire conversation happening in your field. So the only question left is, are you ready to start building?